I'm 39, I've made millions, and here is the truth. There are 4 stages to creating legacy wealth. Not being rich, not even wealth. I'm talking about generational legacy wealth that is like next level stuff, private plane type of wealth, okay? Now, here's the deal. This video and this podcast episodes it's inspired from me asking myself a question. What would I tell the 20-year-old self if I could today? And I have a very painful and a very real answer to this question. And that led me to kind of wanting to do this particular podcast episode for you. So listen, lurnexpert.com, LURNEXPERT.com for the free community, the free newsletter, the free course on how to change your life by bringing your knowledge, your expertise to the world and selling courses, coaching, or consulting. This is the premium community. Come join us, all right? LURNEXPERT.com. And of course, binge listen to all of our episodes at onicpodcast.com. And of course, smash the subscribe button. And I heard that world peace is possible if you click like right now in this video. It's a true story. All right. So what is this advice that I would tell myself? You know, if I'm being very honest with you, when I asked this question and I know the answer now, I actually really did get quiet and sat in the corner because for the first time in my life, I truly felt time lost. It's a weird feeling because I'm always very optimistic. I don't really care about the past. This is the one point where I was like 19 years of my life that I did not know this one thing and did not do this one thing has cost me probably $100-200 million. It means I could be living a very different life right now. I could be completely retired. I could be spending morning till night with my daughter, which technically I could do right now if I wanted. But I mean, I could do that and be stupid rich at the same time. So what was the advice? If I could go back to the 20 years. See, I started making pretty decent money by the time I was like 21. And I was never the guy to I didn't go buy gold chains or splurge on this. I mean, yeah, I partied with my friends. I bought a nice car, but I used to just kind of dump back into my business because I had all these crazy ideas I wanted to do. But I didn't buy any investments other than like a little bit of stock here and there. I set up an IRA because I don't know, my dad said I should. I didn't buy any real estate. Heck, I didn't even initially buy my own house. I don't know what to do with the money. So today I want to go over these 4 stages with you because I was basically at that time sitting at stage 2. I didn't even realize I was halfway through the process of being able to build legacy wealth and I wasn't doing it. Stage 1 is skill. So you need a skill that you could be better at than about 90-95% of the world. And that skill is going to allow you to move into phase 2, which is a high income. So what kinds of skills are going to give you that possibility? Well, I find that any skill that keeps you close to the money, okay? So this is important. Think about this. Anything that's close to money tends to make a lot of money. You want to go in the financial industry, get really good at marketing. So my skill was copywriting. My skill of copywriting took me into making millions of dollars because I would write marketing material, which directly impacts money. So there's media buying, copywriting. You can go into sales. Sales is a great way to make a high income. Again, you're directly linked to transactions, to money. Financial planning is something I had tried. Financial planners tend to be the richest. Bankers tend to be the richest in the world. But there's other things you can do too. Right now in this world, in this day and age, coding, Web3 development, any kind of development, heck, just code. Feels like you just say code, lots of money. There's also more traditional routes of having the ability to make a high income, and that is becoming a doctor, becoming a lawyer. Some of those you need to go to college for, some of them you don't. You know, listen, I've met plumbers that make $150,000 or more a year. So in my opinion, if you are single, high income starts at 150. If you are married, in my opinion, you as a couple need to make at least 250. So if you are married, but maybe your spouse doesn't work, then you yourself need to make 250. And at that point, I feel like you're starting to make enough money that you can start the process of creating legacy wealth. Okay, so let's move on to stage 2. And stage 2 is high income. So now that you mastered this skill, you start to make more income. And what do you do when you make more income? Almost every human on the planet starts to buy expensive stuff. You get that expensive car, then you get one, your wife or husband wants an expensive car, then your kids want those expensive things, then you want to upgrade your house, move into a better neighborhood, you want to build that pool in the back, you want to redo the room, you want new flooring, great stuff. And I'm never going to say, don't do any of it. That's ridiculous. My mentor taught me there's something called consumption value. You should enjoy life, but don't do any of it if you're also not investing. So first, pay yourself. I say, yeah, pay myself, but I want that money to go to an investment. Do that first. And then if you have money left over, go do whatever the heck you want with it, but invest first. And this is where we start to get to the place where I wish I had given myself a little advice. So now that you have a high income that allows you to have net money, if you do your expense management correctly, to do stage 3 is generating cash flow. Okay, now I have quite a background with this because, and I'm going to be very open and honest about it. It was Grant Cardone was the first person that I really felt like I heard. Well, I heard it from Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I feel like the first person who was like beating it on social media, right, was Grant Cardone. Cardone, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. And Grant was the one who said something one day and I was like, that's bullshit. I don't really believe that. Like I'm some expert investor when I said that, but he was like, cash flow is everything. Cash flow is more important than anything else. And I was like, because back then I was like, well, I'm going to found a company. The company's going to go to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm going to sell the company. And then who the hell cares about cash flow? The thing I wasn't looking at is the chance of me actually building a company that goes off and does that is like 0.1%. But generating cash flow is a hell of a lot easier. You can do that like 90, like it's just like you can find a property much easier. Right now, as I talk, I'm in the process of negotiating multiple deals. It's not that hard, but I guarantee you I'm not in the process of negotiating multiple deals that are going to exit for hundreds of millions of dollars. So cash flow, the reason cash flow is stage 3 and so important, and I'm going to talk about what kinds of things are cash flow, is because actual financial freedom comes in stage 3. Think about this. What is financial freedom? You sit down, you determine how much money you need to live the life that you choose and finding a way to make sure that income keeps coming in. Take it from someone, myself, who's worth millions of dollars. It's nice to have millions, but you're not going to feel so nice if you still have no income, because then you know every single month you're tipping away, you're nipping away at that savings. It's a mental, bad word I don't want to say. It's a mental. So having millions of dollars is not actually the thing that makes you feel financially free at all. Having passive income, cash flow, same thing kind of. Passive income, cash flow, same thing, okay? So what you want to do is use your high income, pick a portion of that, invest that to acquire passive income or cash flow assets such as real estate, dividend paying, mutual funds, REITs, notes. I don't know. I only do real estate. That's my thing. So I am buying up real estate now like it's a bad habit, but it's like my best habit. And I'm going to be at a point now where I'm making more money passively from my real estate than I do in my full-time job. Guess what? Ta-da, freedom. That means if tomorrow I'm absolutely miserable and I don't want to do my job anymore, I can quit. And I still got income coming in. So I still have all that millions of dollars, still got income coming in, financial freedom. This step cannot be skipped. If you are making net money, I'm telling you right now, listen to me, I'm shaking you. This is the part I wish I told myself. This is the part I wish I told myself when I was 20 years old. Buy cash flow, invest, and then we move into stage 4. Now I am just at the point where stage 4 is going to kind of be, I'm like maybe a year or two away from where stage 4 becomes my main focus in building a wealth legacy. And that is asset accumulation. I did not say car accumulation, right? I said appreciating asset accumulation. That's when you stop worrying as much about cash flow because you already got that covered, and you start buying things or you start investing in things that you feel are going to appreciate or are going to have a major net worth increase. This is where you can get into private equity. This is when you can get into angel funding. This is when you can get into a little bit more risky class of real estate. Maybe you're doing more development and building. The reason here is you are focusing no longer on more cash flow, but you are now fully focusing yourself on growing your net worth because you've already got enough cash flow. Now you want to grow your net worth. Ironically, the more your net worth grows, the more your cash flow grows. The more your cash flow grows, the more your net worth grows. And this is why they say the rich keep getting richer. It's a true thing. That's the formula. So like I said, right now I'm accumulating cash flow, which happens to be with assets that do have appreciation, but maybe not as aggressive appreciation as some of the true assets would have. And of course, I'm building businesses, which tends to kind of be my stage 4. But this is it. If you're at the beginning stages, if you're sitting there wondering, gosh, why am I not rich? Why am I not making enough money? The first question I would ask you is, what's your high income skill? 9 out of 10 people I ask this question do not know or do not have one. Hence, you do not need to buy a how to make money course. You do not need any of that crap. What you need is to pick a skill and become better at it than 95% of the world. It could take you a year. It could take you 2 years. It's well worth the investment. After that, you could ricochet right through stage 2, 3, and 4 of building a legacy. All right? Hey, come on. Join us over at lurnexpert.com. LURNEXPERT.com. Full free community, free newsletter, free course, all teaching you and showing you how to take your knowledge, your expertise, and turn that into a business and help us change the world of education. Listen, we want to connect peer to peer. No more of this middle institutionals. You know what you're doing. We want to connect you to people who want what you got. And hey, you can make some good money doing it. We want to share with you how to do that. LearnExpert.com. And of course, binge listen to all of our podcast episodes at AnikPodcast.com. Click subscribe, click like, do all the fun stuff. See you on the next episode.
Thanks for listening to The Fighting Entrepreneur with your host, Anik Singal.